concrete prayers, steel lullabies. Walls so thick, even echo got lost. But I learned how to breathe through frost. Scratched a seat on the floor with bones. Said grow if you can, we both alone. Next morning, a crack in the gray showed green, and I swear the plant looked straight at me. I ain't asked for mercy, I just asked for air. Some proof this hell's still at repair. Faith ain't flowers on Sunday suits. It's roots digging through the dead and the mute. They locked me down, but I grew without sun. Made my home where the broken run. You can cage a man, but not his will. Some things bloom when the world stands still. I was born in stone, but I cracked for life. Ain't heaven yet, but I'm fighting right. They locked me down. I learned to grow without sun. God's left saying that green won't last. I said neither will you, but I don't ask. Every leaf that rose was a prayer I hid. Every root a promise for what I did. Then when one day thunder rolled through the yard, rain slid down the bars like God's own scar. The stone drank deep, the stem stood tall, and I knelt for once, not from the fall. You talking to dirt? Nah, talking to what still listens. Sometimes grace don't shine, it grinds, breaking through the weight of time. And it pains a prison, I'm halfway free, 'cause that crack in the wall still remembers me. They locked me down, but I grew without sun. My roots cut deep where the shadow runs. Didn't pray for wings, just learned to stay till the dark itself knelt down to pray. I ain't what I was, I'm what survived. Faith in my blood, dirt in my eyes. They locked me down, but the stone I was came He was bent from the years and the waiting bore. Half a man, half a memory, nailed to the door. Every swing left a scar, every prayer left a stain. But it stood through rust, through thunder and rain. People left, walls cracked, roofs split wide. He whispered, I ain't whole, but I'm still tied. The door still hung by one last grip, and the nail, that nail refused to slip. They said you're broken, he said maybe so. And broken things still hold what they know. Faith ain't polish or polishing paint, it's leaning steady when the world gives way. He cracked but never fell apart, held a frame with a splintered heart. He wasn't clean but he was true. I'm blood and a soul still blue. He didn't need to be whole to hold, didn't need shine to be solid gold. He stayed right there no matter the cold. Fucking fuerte. Fucking fuerte. He's turned heavy, silence turned steel, but he found peace in the way pain feels. She came once, soft hands, tired eyes, said you're stuck here, love, why not die? He smiled slow, said, girl, I can't roam, 'cause something's gotta keep this place home. She left and he stayed, half ghost, half grace. Rust on his knuckles like stole one. So's the world, yet it keeps turning. Maybe faith ain't climbing high, is knowing what to hold and why. You don't need heaven to understand. Some nails were born to outlast a hand. He cracked but never fell apart. Pumping, held the weight of a faith gone dark. Pumping, didn't need wings, just grit and scars. Pumping, stand like iron under shattered stars. He wasn't whole, but he was right. The last man holding through the night. I don't need to be whole, I just need to hold. I used to run from the thing I kept. Every sunset it crawled up fast. Drank till I blooded, cursed my name. Thought that dark was mine to blame. Every scar I buried started to shine. Each one whispering, boy, you're still mine. One night fire rolled through the plain and my shadow rose, stood in the flame. I said you again, it said always been. Then what are you now, what you won't condemn? I don't chase life, I burn inside. Learn the dark's where wings reside. What haunted me once now carries me higher. Born in the ash, baptized in fire. I ain't running no more, I'm riding the sin with the devil's grin and an angel's skin. The night don't own me, it just remembers how shadows fly when the soul surrenders. I walked through pews of rusted bone, heard my echo preach alone. Forgive yourself, the echo lied. Forgive the dark I said and tried. In the mirror's dust my eyes grew wide. Half of me gone, half purified. And when the dawn began to crawl, my shadow bent its wings through the wall.
So you were never dead.
No,
I was what you left.
faith ain't white and grace ain't clean. They're the marks that show where you've been. You can break or you can become, and I've been born under the same sun. What haunted me once now carries me higher. Born from ruin, lived by fire. Ain't no heaven, ain't no chain, just wings I built from my own pain. The dark don't end, it learns to sing. 'Cause even a shadow can turn away. They said you can't burn through a flood, but I lit up anyway. Wax, smoke, and blood. Thunder laughed like an old drunk saint. Rain hit my shoulders, washed off the pain. Every drop tried to snuff me out, but I've danced with worse, I've kissed the drought. So I whispered, go on, take your rain. I was born inside the flame. Ain't no calm I ever trust. Stillness feels too close to dust. I'd rather drown in fire than sleep in peace, 'cause quiet's where the coward sees. I was made for the storm, not the calm. Build my church in the eye of harm. Let the rain come, it can't undo what burns too deep to die on cue. You can't drown a man who's flame inside. I burn wet, that's how I survive. Yeah, I was made for the storms, not the calm. She once said you'll never last long, boy. Fire's too wild to carry joy. I laugh, girl, I ain't trying to last. I'm here to blaze till the end burns past. Winds all through, I felt it bite, but the wind bent low still held its light. Even God's behind the rain, but I'm the fool who stays in flames. You still trying to kill me? No. Just seeing if you mean it? No. I don't beg for heaven's hand, I just learn to glow where I stand. If fate's a fight, then let it scar. I'll wear that burn like my own star. I was made for the storm, not the calm. Born from noise, raised in harm. Let the rain scream, let the night collide. I'll burn right through the other side. Don't pray for peace, just keep me wild. Fire and rain, they reconcile. I was made for the storms, not the calm. I was made for the storm, not the calm, not the calm, not the calm. They found him half going by the chapel gate. Dust on his boots, years on his face. Flesh had left, but the hand still clung to a rusted cross where his prayer begun. He'd worked the mines, he'd fought the law, bled for faith no one saw. Every nail scar told his creed. He held on harder yet. Faith ain't clean. It's dirt that shines when it's seen. You can lose your name, your skin, your gloss, but what's sacred don't slip, even when flesh does. He held that cross like it held him back, through blood, through rust, through heart attack. Didn't pray for heaven, just stood in rain and said, keep the pain, just give it a name. When the flesh fell off, the spirit stayed strong. The dead don't break what they've held too long. What's sacred don't slip, even when flesh does. They buried him deep, but the ground rolls slow, like it wanted the man the dirt won't own. Wind whistled hymns through broken stone, like ghosts still talk when they die alone. She came by once, tears on her sleeve, whispered he still holds what I couldn't believe. Then the sky turned red and thunder spoke. Faith ain't soft, it's steel that broke. Die alone, you still cling, old man, till God takes my hand. He never sought light, he became its mark, glowing in pieces, holy and dark. If bones can pray, then dust can too. And maybe that's what angels do. He held that cross like it held his breath, wrestled the night, outstirred death. Didn't beg for mercy, just clenched and stayed, while his bones outlived the price he paid. What's sacred don't slip, it only learns trust, even when flesh does, even when it rusts, even when it rusts. Put my hand on the cross I built, watch the red turn silver with guilt. The wind bit deep, the sky stood still. I saw my face in the frost on the sill. Every sin I wore came crawling back, names and ghosts and shades of black. But the wound didn't bleed, it whispered low. You only hurt for what you know. I ain't scared of pain no more. It just shows me what I'm fighting for. If truth cuts deep, then let it scar. I'll wear it proud. That's who we are. My blood froze into a mirror, showed a man who's never been clearer. Not a saint, not sin, just bone and soul, still holding on through the cold. Pain don't break, it refines. Frost your scars, what fire defines. Yeah, my blood froze into a mirror. They said you're lost, I said I'm found. Somewhere between silence and sound. Even devils pray when nights grow thin. I learned to listen to the storm within. That mirror cracked, but it still shone true. Showed me hell and how I pulled through. Faith ain't fire, it's frost that stays. Beauty found in the hardest days. You don't melt when the world draws near. You just see clearer through the fear. My blood froze into a mirror, and I saw my truth, no fear. It showed my sins, my pride, my prayer, but hell, I'm still standing there. What hurt me once now lights my spine. Pain's a proof I'm still divine. Yeah, my blood froze into a mirror. I woke in the churchyard, dust on my tongue, rust on my breath, old hammer in my hand, same ghost I never left. Shop light flickers, cross hum low in the neon rain. Each nail I drive is a hymn through pain. Used to swing for the break doors by house bone. Now I hit slow where the mercy's grown. I carry sin like chain, wore guilt like skin, but mercy's a trade you learn within. Now I'm choosing where the thunder lands, one quiet hit from a shaking hand. Once I built ruin, now I forge mercy. Swing this hammer like a hymn that found its key. If blood was ink, then love rehearsed me. I ride on the wind, what the past reversed me. Angel saying I'm a sinner that mends, nail in the night till the morning bends. Once I built ruin, now I forge mercy. She came with eyes like matches, a Bible thin and torn, chain on her neck, the bullet I wore, can you fix it? She asked, voice cracked, unsure. I said, girl, I don't fix hearts, I temper them pure. The devil left behind the door, frames light, but I kept swinging till the board held tight. I washed my hands in ash and gin, the stain stayed, so I stitched it in. If grace won't fall, I'll raise it slow, strike by strike where the fractures show. Once I built ruins, now I forge mercy. Made me a chapel from the pain that birthed me. If blood was ink, then love rehearsed me. I carve out light where the dark first cursed me. Angel saying I'm a sinner that mends, married my guilt to the nail that bends. Once I built ruin, now I forge mercy. And the old hammer hums like a choir in the dirt with me. Truck stop outside Abilene's got a color of a bruise, hair tasting like pennies. Boo dust on the tiles, ash on my lips, lips on a prayer I ain't said in years. I drag my sin like chain through the neon hum. Pocket Bible splitted songs, mirrored by the ice machine. Crack like my grin, clerk says you look done. I say I ain't done, just pay. I spit black sooted sings when my heel grinds down. You can't silence what's already become song. I tell the floor, and the floor hums back like a low steel string. I wore corruption like a coat of smoke, guilt like skin I couldn't shed. Now I pick my battles like I pick a chord, one clean strike where the crack runs red. They stormed me flat, thought the fire was gone, but the ash learned notes when the boots pressed on. Once I was quiet, now pressure makes tone. I'm the dust that sings when I'm crushed to stone. I ain't your savior, I'm sin that bends right, nail in the dark till it lets in light. They can't silence what's already song. I'm the ash that sing all night long. Line bridge where the river runs thin, heat mirage shakes a guardrail. She rolls up slow, I love with a copper chain. My bullet on it like a moon. Fix us, she asked. Thumb on a scar, I gave her Devilines. In my shadow whispering, break it clean. Boy, I thumb the safety on my guilt. Holster the past, lay my palm on her jaw like a truce on Sunday. Talk to me straight, she says I'm not, I did you wrong. Wind lifts the ashes off the hood, they rise like a gray wing choir.
I washed in rain and smoke and blood, but stains that stick can be stitched, not scrubbed. If grace won't fall, I'll raise it slow, tap by tap where the fractures show.
They stoned me flat, thought the fire was gone, but the ash learned notes when the boots pressed on. Once I was quiet, now pressure makes tone. I'm the dust that sings when I'm crushed to stone. I ain't redeemed by a choir alone. My hammer is prayer, my throat is bone. You can't silence what's already song. I'm the ash that sing all night long. And I know, and I know, I cut my thumb, mark a cross on the mirror, hang the bullet on the Bible, lay the chain on the dash. Me, Lord, if you ain't for me, at least ain't me. Swing true, I light one match, don't burn a thing, just watch the flame reflect and let it go out on my tongue like a vow I can finally carry. He woke in the yard behind the courthouse gate, hands black with iron, eyes full of slate. Smoke curled up like a hymn half burned, each breath a sermon the devil learned. He'd worn those chains till the steel grew thin, blood mixed with rust, prayer mixed with sin. The sheriff said, boy, you'll break or bow. He smiled through the dust, we'll find out now. He ain't free for mercy, just done with blame, and every link that cracked still spoke his name. He bent, he bled, but the sound remained. To him made of thunder a man remade. Freedom ain't quiet, it clangs where it was for, rings through the dirt where the pain got poured. He walked out bleeding, but his steps still sang. The broken chain that still rang. They thought he fell, but the ground learned tune. Every scar hummed freedom ain't quiet. It clings where it was forged. The broken chain is still ringing. It clings where it was forged. The broken chain is still ringing. She found him laid by the river bend, washing the iron off his hands again. Why you smiling, boy? That wound ain't healed. He said, 'cause I'm louder than what tried to kill. The priest rode by, had low eyes mean, left the Bible where the cuffs had been. He picked it up, pages stuck from rain, wiped off the blood, but the mark remained. He said, Lord, I ain't righteous, just real. If the hammer won't bless me, the clang still will. Some souls pray soft, some fight in flame. His was the fire that remembered its name. Freedom ain't quiet. It clangs where it was for. Rings through the dust that his will still scored. Every step was a bell, every breath a string, every score a song he learned to sing. Ain't no silence where a spirit hung. The ground itself keeps carrying that rung. Freedom ain't quiet. It clangs where it was forged. The broken chain is still ringing. It claims where it was for. The broken chain is still ringing. Midnight, somewhere past the county line. Moon hung low like a busted sign. I've been walking off sins I couldn't name. Boots talk to gravel, both sound the same. Bottle half empty, faith half tone. Gun cold, heart warm, both still warm. The wind said, boy, you think you're blind. I said, nah, just tired of what I find. I thought I lost my life for good, till the dark bent down like it understood. If heaven's higher than hell's just ground, I'll take the place that keeps me found. The moon fell closer, lit my scars in chrome. Every mark of map that leads me home. I ain't pure, but I'm damn sure seen. Washed in silver, burned clean. If all in sin, then I felt true. Right where the night could see me through. The moon fell closer and I stood still, learning mercy's not the same as will. Door, white dress torn, eyes asking for war. Said you done with God or just the rules. I grin, honey, both been cruel. We lit a match in the holy rain. Smoke drew halos out of pain. She kissed me slow, left ash on my tongue. Said fall again before I wear your song. I ain't climbing, I ain't kneeling. I'm done hiding what I'm feeling. If grace don't fall, I'll pull it down. Tie it close like a borrowed crown. The moon fell closer, lit my stars in chrome. Every burn of truth I carved alone. I ain't pure, but I'm still seen. Washed in silver, up but clean. If fall in sin, I'll fall again. Where even God can call me friend. The moon fell close, I didn't run. Just let it show what I'd become. Midnight, somewhere past the county line. Moon hung low like a busted sign. I've been walking off sins I couldn't name. Boots talk to gravel, both sound the same. Bottle half empty, faith half torn. Gun cold, heart warm, both still warm. The wind said, boy, you think you're blind. I said, nah, just tired of what I find. I thought I lost my life for good, till the dark bent down like it understood. If heaven's higher than hell's just ground, I'll take the place that keeps me found. The moon fell closer, lit my scars in chrome. Every mark a map that leads me home. I ain't pure, but I'm damn sure seen. Washed in silver, burned clean. If fallen sin, then I fell true. Right where the night could see me through. The moon fell closer and I stood still. Earning mercy's not the same as will. At the preacher's door, white dress, torn eyes, asking for war. Said, you done with God or just the rules? I grinned, honey, both been cruel. We lit a match in the holy rain. Smoke drew halos out of pain. She kissed me slow, left ash on my tongue. Said, fall again, but fall where your son. I ain't climbing, I ain't kneeling. I'm done hiding what I'm feeling. If grace don't fall, I'll pull it down. Tie it close like a borrowed crown. The moon fell closer, lit my scars in chrome. Every burn of truth I carved alone. I ain't pure, but I'm still seen. Washed in silver, rough but clean. If fall in sin, I'll fall again. Where even God can call me friend. The moon fell closer, I didn't run. Just let it show what I'd become. The moon fell closer, lit my scars in chrome. Every burn of truth I carved alone. I ain't pure, but I'm still seen. Washed in silver, rough but clean. If falling sin, I'll fall again. Where even God can call me friend. The moon fell closer, I didn't run. Just let it show what I'd become. You fell where dust forgot the name of sky. Blood on your feathers, dirt in your cry. They said you're done, that bones don't mend, but pain, boy, it just bends to your hand. I watch you crawl, half ghost, half man, making wings from what damnation left behind. You looked up once, said heaven's too proud. I said then fly low, make hell your crowd. Every scar's a vein that hums with spark. You rise, you fall, but you still mark. The storm don't care who it leaves torn. You just learn how thunder's born. You flew on wounds, you with my wings of grace. Cut the wind with a sinner's face. Pain taught you live better than peace ever could. You bled your way through the burning wood. Ain't no heaven waiting, just sky unruled. You flew on wounds, and the world looked fooled. That girl with smoke in her hair came back. Cross on her neck, glove painted black. She said, you ain't scared you'll fall again. You grin, falling's just flying with a meaner end. The preacher watched from the road in flame, whispered, that boy don't die, he just changes his name. You left a trail where the ashes hum, a sermon written in how far you've come. Faith ain't wings, it's wind through pain. You catch what's lost and fly again. Each break, each bruise becomes your fuel. The higher you hurt, the more you rule. You flew on wounds, 9 wings of grace. Cut the wind with a sinner's face. Pain taught you live better than peace ever could. You turn your scars into something good. If hell looks up, it'll see your flame. 'Cause heaven never learned your name. You flew on wounds, wild and cruel, and that's how freedom breaks its ever could. You turned your scars into something good. If hell looks up, it'll see your flame. 'Cause heaven never learned your name. You flew on wounds, wild and cruel, and that's how freedom breaks its rule. You flew on wounds. They drop me in dirt like they drop a sin. Cross half bent, sky caving in. Shovel hits clay, my name rolls out like thunder trying to crawl its way out. 6 feet down, but the earth felt thin. I could still hear the world's old din. The preacher said he's gone for good. I grinned in the dark, you wish I could. You can bury the flesh, not the sound. Some bones still hum underground. Every silence got a spark to feed. I'm proof the dead still bleed. You bury me shallow, I rose loud. Laugh so hard I cracked the cloud. The grave ain't deep when your will don't drown. I'm the echo crawling back from the ground. You can nail the lid, but I hum through wood. Death just told me the way it could. You real proud. Felt a tear fall through the soil that night. Burned like bourbon, cut like light. She whispered soft, you done with pain. I said, girl, pains will call my name. The devil ain't close with a smile half gone. Said, son, you fooled them, but not for long. I spat through the cracks and dig, old friend. I ain't escaping, I just ascend. The dirt still moves when a soul's unspent. I bloom in right, that's heaven sent. If faith won't rise, I'll push it through. Hell's got hymns, and I'm one too.
You buried me shallow, I rose loud, turned your silence to my crowd. The grave can't hold what's born of flame. I burn beneath my borrowed name. You can chain the heart but not the sound. I'm still laughing underground. You buried me shallow, I rose loud,
and the grave still laughs out proud. My sight, shards caught flames on the motel light. Smoke on my tongue, truth on my breath. I saw clearer through the burn than I ever did in flesh. I ain't blind, I just stopped believing eyes. Daylight softer than the things that die. Flame whisper, boy, you still chasing. I said, now chase, I just walk with it now and then. Shone on. You can't break clean when your soul's on fire, but hell's got light there, heaven in Mars.
truth don't need clarity, just see.
You find it where the broken lead. Every scar I wear still shines like wire. I'm the blind mirror, the reflected fire. You can burn my name, can't dim my spark. I light the world from the ruins in the dark.
Truth don't need clarity, just see.
I'm the blind mirror, the reflected fire. She came back wrapped in kerosene eyes. Said, you ever wish your sins could die? I laughed at all that us glowed dim. She smiled, then burned with them, not against them. We lit the cross that had been too long, watched it fold into a silver song. Even the devil leaned close to see, said, boy, that's what light should be. I don't beg, I don't kneel for flame, I just feed it pieces of my name. If redemption's blind, then so am I. Truth's just smoke that learns to fly.
Truth don't need clarity, just heed.
It's the scar that hums when hearts still beat. Every burn I want lit my way higher. I'm the blind mirror, that reflected fire. You can kill my eyes, can't kill mine, 'cause I see the world by the light of pain.
Truth don't need clarity, just heed.
I'm the blind mirror, that reflected fire. They lived in a workshop behind the trap. Smoke-stained window, faith gone black. Hands full of oil, looked like a spread. Every tick a prayer to the halfway dead. Folks said he quit when the town caught flame, but the gear kept twitching, whispering his name. He smiled once, God don't fix this kind, then wound the dust just to ease his mind. Rudder still turns if the wheel ain't broke. Faith ain't shine, it's the grinding smoke. Was gone can move when the hands unplanned. He just watch time obey the down. Faith is motion and rules. Still humming, proof in the bruising. No hand turned it, it spun by flame. The broken gear that turned again. Ash in the cork still sang like sin. Hell pushed once and heaven spun in. Faith is motion and ruin. The broken gear turned again. She came one night with a cross half melted. Said you still believe what the fire dealt you. He laughed, believes just work that won't end. Keep it turning, maybe it pretends. She laid her hand where the gear still bled. Oil mixed with ash like communion fed.
Wind through the cracks kept time like drums. Every tooth in the wheel spoke, here he comes.
Heard no sermon, no waving crowd, just iron breathing soft and loud. If grace won't move, then rust will do. He turned the dark till the dark turned true. Faith is motion and still humming, proof in the losing. No preacher, no plan, just spark and rain. A broken gear that turned again. Ashes rose, the clock struck pain. Every tick spelled out his name. Faith is motion in ruins. The broken gear turned again. It turned again. The broken gear turned again. City burned down to bone and smoke. Church bell melted, sky wind broke. Street signs twisted, names all gone. I walked through fire like it owed me a song. Ash stuck thick on my lips and skin, but something deeper kept drumming within. Ain't no prayer left, just pulse and dust, and the sound of my ribs learning trust. I lost it all, got that noise inside. Beats still there where the saints all died. They burned the world but couldn't erase the rhythm crawling through my veins like grace. Everything burned except the rhythm. It thumped in my chest like a hidden prism. Fire took walls but not my sound. I kept beating while the sky fell down. Ash in my throat, but I still breathe flame. Heart still screaming the Lord's old name. Everything burned except the rhythm. and that's how I knew I'd live again. Wind cut through like a preacher's light. Skin turned steel, but the blood stayed high. Ain't no soil, no rain, no hand, just a man trying to grow from sand. They said you rust before you rise, I said, then I shine through my own demise. Dust in my mouth, storm in my chest, still beating my heart till it sparked like the west. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I ain't rooted, I'm forged instead. Fire raised me where angels fled. Each cut I took became my ground. Each scar a pedal that never bowed down. I was forged, not planted, storm-born, half-dead. Still granted the sand can bite, but it won't drown me. The iron flower learned to breathe. No soul, no grace, no easy hand. Still I bloom right through this land. I was forged, not planted. The iron flower still stands. I was forged, not planted. The iron's flowers, not planted. The iron still, iron flower still stands. She found me bleeding under rust-red skies. Said you ever rest? I said only when I die. She kissed the ash from a bullet scar. Said you shine too hard for what you are. Wind scream hymns through the canyon mouth. I felt that fire start crawling out. I lit a match in the desert's throat and watched the sandstorm learn to float.
With a forged and numbed song, he taught right what the world called wrong. Faith ain't soft, it burns in men. Every loss just turns again.
I was forged, not planted, storm-born, half-dead. Still granted the sand can cut, but it can't chain me. The iron flower learned to be free. No soil, no mercy, no promised hand. Still I bloom where the lightning lands. I was forged, not planted. The iron flower still stands. I was forged.